Welcome back to week 9 of crafting, Christmas crafting with Paula. I'm Paula and you are on my crafty channel, Craft with Paula. We are going to be creating a really fun little ornament today. I figured we are just heading into the 1st of December and time to start decorating the house, all with our festive cheer. And so I'm pulling out a very cute and very simple little star, and it's called a Danish Christmas star. So what you do is you actually create two separate pieces, two separate stars, and you join them together. They look fabulous with a little bit of string tied up to be decorating your Christmas tree, or as a large ornament for the top of your Christmas tree, or even to decorate gifts on boxes and things. So how do we make these stars? Very, very, very simple. You're going to love it. So what you need is a square piece of paper, any size you wish to go. So this particular example was with a 4.5-inch square. I was just using up some scraps. So this is the ideal sort of project for your scraps. But I do actually have 2 of this sheet of paper left over from all my other creations. So I'm going to make an enormous star this time, so it's quite easy for you to see how it goes together. So first off, I am just going to do a little bit of folding. So I'm going to fold diagonally, open it out and fold the opposite diagonal. Then I'm going to open it out and just fold in the direct side, straight sides edge together. And one more fold. So as you can see, we're just getting all of those score lines in all the different directions onto our piece. Next, I'm going to take some scissors and we're just going to trim up about halfway up the page. Now I can't find my usual scissors, so I'll grab these ones. So I'm just going to take along the straight edge and cut up there. If you can't see the line very well, try folding it over. Depends on the actual paper you're using, whether the line's really easy to find or not, I've discovered. So I'm just going to take that up about 1/3 to 1/2 of the way, and I can always extend that slightly if I find that it's not quite enough. You want it to be pretty even, so try and cut about the same amount in all the way. Then we're simply going to go to each side and fold in from the sides. Okay, and we can do the same with the other one, bringing it in and fold it in. And I'm going to go around all of the 4 sides with this folding. Nice and neatly. If you've got a bone folder or some sort of flat platform you can use to help score those lines, it will always help give a neater finish. So I'm using our traditional paper here. This is the one that we've had in our seasonal book. It's called Christmas Story, and it's got all those classic greens and reds and beautiful foliage and images of berries and pine cones and all those sort of very traditional look and feel. However, if you are choosing to change the colourway of your tree this year to be a new colour, a new style, maybe you want to go for mint green or something a bit more contemporary, this is how you could easily dress up the tree by bringing something quite inexpensive on as a decoration. So if you've got any sort of square pieces of paper, you could do different sizes. You might choose to do some 4-inch ones and then some 6-inch ones. And this here is a 12-inch one, so it'll be really interesting to see what we think of this size as well. So I'm just now going to glue each of these different prongs together. And I'm using a wet glue, which does tend to give sort of the best structure and hold at the end of the day, but it does require a little bit of holding at the moment. So I've actually pulled it up so we become a 3-dimensional prong. Now, I was originally thinking I'd make this a red star, but anyway, we've gone this direction, so I will go this way with it. Now I'm going to pull the next one in. So as you can see, I kind of do a bit of a diagonal squeeze of glue over here, but then I add a little bit more to the corner on this side, so that when I pull it across, there should be glue in all the key areas. Now you might want to put a pencil up or use the back of your scissors or something to help sort of make sure the inside is pushed up. I sort of do that after I've got the basic stick happening. So I just hold these for a sort of 10 seconds or more. Make sure we're getting the basic hold going. Now I'm going to go around to the next side. You can see it's starting to take shape, but obviously this is just going to be a 4-pronged star, which is not really a true star, is it? And that's why we do 2 of these. and we connect them together to create that more interesting multi-pronged effect. I'll just pull that in so you can have another little look at what we're creating. So I'm just holding this one again for 10 seconds. It's looking pretty good. I think that will hold. Any sort of quick dry glue is a great option here. And one more. Then what I'll do offline is I'll do a second one exactly the same, and then you'll see how we're going to connect the two together. Just finish this one off so you can get the look of a finished star. And at this point, if you don't mind that it's only 4-pronged, of course you could use that, because it's flat on this side, to decorate a flat gift. However, I think it's going to look a little bit more interesting once we do both sections. So we'll leave it here. You can see now how the first star looks. Now I'm just seeing with this one, we need to do a little bit of manipulation at the end to make sure we have got our points happening. With the smaller ones, this just happens quite naturally, but with this larger one, it just needs a little bit more manipulation. So there you go. We've got the first side done. I'll go off and I'll bring back the second side. Alright, so we've got our 2 stars ready to join together. But before we join them, we do want to add in our little bit of ribbon if you want to have something to hang your star with. So I'm just going to grab some red ribbon here, and I might actually use a glue dot to secure it in, which I didn't grab. So glue dots are a very strong way of making sure we keep things adhered, and we've got some large glue dots which I think would be ideal here. So I'm just going to pull off the large glue dot and place one on this side of one of our prongs and one on just the other side of that same prong, and that will give us a place to attach our ribbon before we adhere these stars together. So I'm just going to go here, and I'm going to give it quite a big loop just in case this ends up being on a different kind of decor piece than the tree itself. Just gives us a little bit of room. Now what we're going to do is we're going to add our glue back in, and we're just going to sort of put it in the center blob on this star. And I'm actually just going to add a bit around those two, just in case that's helpful. And then I'm going to grab my other star and do the same thing, the center blob. And that should connect all 8 points together well. Right, we're just going to place this on top of the other star. And we're just going to have to sort of squeeze them out a bit and hold them quite tight together. I'm just looking at where that... It's a little harder with the large star, guys. Maybe start with a small one. We'll hold this together, and then I will show you the finished piece. And there's our finished star, all ready to hang with our other little baby star beside it. What do you think of these very cute little Danish Christmas stars? Once you start making them, you won't want to stop, and you will use up all of those old bits and pieces of Christmas paper that you haven't quite known what to do with. So I hope you enjoyed that little creative crafty tip. It'll be a fun one to do with your children or grandchildren, and do share some images of what you have got up to with your creating recently. Always good to see. Happy decorating of your trees, and we will see you next week.